What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back. We are back. We are back. Girl, I'm so I don't know how I feel like. It just listen, it's 2023, right? I mean, it's only the third day here. It's only our third day here, but this will be up on Wednesday. I'm recording Tuesday night. I feel like I'm gonna start doing it, like recording. If I'm have the energy, I'm gonna start recording on Tuesday nights for the what it is and have it up. Cause I want y'all to. I don't like having it, posted 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I want y'all to actually grasp it or whatever and have time throughout the day or whatever to look at it, the initial look. But 2023 just got here and hold on, y'all, because somebody is trying me. Anyway, that was personal shit. But anyway, 2023 just got here and I don't know. I just feel like it's still every day, a regular fucking day. I don't feel anything different, but it's just here. So I'm gonna give it some time. And maybe I'm feeling that way because my birthday is coming up at the end of the week. My birthday is coming up on Saturday. And I really don't feel like, girl, it's just whatever. It's just really whatever. The past few birthdays have literally just been whatever because I already know I ain't finna really do shit. I ain't finna be, and then my peoples ain't here, but then my sister want me to come out there for her birthday, but ain't nobody acknowledge me. I'm like, what the fuck? But hey, that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Girl, it's just a lot of issues that's going on that we gotta figure out, but we gonna be good. Meanwhile, I hope y'all New Year's was good. It was a lot that was going on out here. I mean, when I tell you them shots was going off, I don't know if y'all saw that video of that man supposedly walking down in Chicago trying to get home and they was just letting off shots. That was real. That was real. That's why I had to move from where I was because that's all they did. But see, where I live at now, I live close by two stadiums. A stadium, yeah, two stadiums. A football stadium and a baseball stadium. And so sometimes they'll let off fireworks. I don't know if it was them that was letting off the fireworks, but I know like when the games and stuff come over there, sometimes the fireworks be up. Which is good because when I go to my tours and shit, I ain't got that far to go. So that's great. Anyway, so what's been going on with y'all? I hope y'all had good time. Let's just get up into this what it is, you know. I'm sorry. A friend of mine's just trying me about something and I just I found out, bitch, let me tell you something before I get into this. I done found out somebody, and they probably gonna watch. I done found out somebody that I'm talking to, like, I mean, we cool. We cool. We cool. I don't know. Listen, fuck all of that. They done found out that I have a YouTube channel or whatever. That I do YouTube, and I'm just like, ain't that about a bitch? Mind you, we've been kicking it for the past year plus, and they ain't know nothing about it. And see, that's what I like. It still baffles me sometimes when people come up to me because I be at work and people do come up to me and be like, "You Ashley, you do YouTube and all that stuff," and I be like, "Oh yeah," you know what I'm saying? It's a little, I gotta still get used to it after all this time. But yeah, I was just like, well, they define me, it is what it is. Ooh. Anyway, let's get up into the video. I had to start off on a good note because what I'm about to start with in the actual news that's been going on, it's going to be just a little bit sad because we got to deal with a little bit of death, unfortunately. Baby, the new year wasn't in for January 1st wasn't even here for a full 24 hour before we got news that a celebrity had passed away. Gangsta Boo. Bitch, Gangsta Boo, who used to be with 3 6 Mafia. Oh my God, she passed away. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was a big 3 6 Mafia fan or I was a big Gangsta Boo fan, but I know these people, okay? I know of them. I know some of their music or whatever. I know what they contributed to the industry, to hip hop, to southern rap, and all of that. And it's just it's the thing about her passing is that I hate the fact when I first initially heard, because somebody had put it out there, it was on one of these, you know, blogs that can't really be trusted, that they just put a post up on Twitter and no information about it. They just say so and so has passed and that was it. They don't put nothing else. And I'm just like, so we finna start off, you know, doing that whole thing, killing people off, and it's not even here. You know, that's not even what it is. So I seen somebody else that I'm cool with that was like, you know, I'm not saying anything about that news until a reliable source come out and confirm it. So I'm not finna speak it out into the existence. And then next thing you know, it's on TMZ. The family then came out. I seen videos of people rolling past Gangsta Boo's house. And they had a caution taped off or whatever, because apparently she went out for New Year's. She went out for New Year's Eve, had a good time or whatever. They said, baby, they found her on a porch New Year's Day. Okay. I said, what? And as soon as when I realized that they found her on a porch, and it made me so mad, because as soon as I heard that she had passed away, I said in my mind before I tweeted out, did they say what the cause of death was? And I hope that it was not drug related. And I'm saying that because the last time I saw Gangsta Boo, she was on Marriage Boot Camp. The last recent season of Marriage Boot Camp that had Rich Dollaz, Mariah Lynn, Lyrica, and A1 and them on there. She was on there with her boyfriend at the time, right? And they got kicked off because she had drug paraphernalia there. And I was just like, wow. They didn't say what type of drug paraphernalia. Obviously, it must have been something worse than, you know, marijuana, because we've seen on previous seasons where, you know, you had like other rappers and stuff, they were smoking it, but it had to be something worse than that. And so, or I should say more dangerous than that, worse than that. And basically what I'm hearing is that, yeah, it was a drug overdose. I think whatever it is that she had was laced with fentanyl, and allegedly, I don't know, it was just, you know, you gotta be careful. And at this point, I just don't see the point of people putting fentanyl in their products. And I get it, I guess, because it gives you a different type of high or whatever. But it's like, you're killing off your customers, first of all. You're going to put yourself in trouble. They're going to find out where it comes from. You know, you're going to have to go to jail for the death of somebody, and you putting out this lethal product, okay? The fentanyl ain't nothing to be played with. That's the drug that took out Prince and many other people, you know what I'm saying? And it's becoming an epidemic, okay? It's becoming an epidemic. These opioids and all this shit just happening and whatever, people dying from that, and it's just really, really sad. It's really, really sad. And I just pray for the whole family again, because she was only 43 years old, a few years older than me, bitch. Almost 10 years older than me, and I just hate when people lose their lives and it's accidental. You know it was accidental. Like, they just thought, you know, they was gonna have a little fun, and then it's done. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta cherish. And for that to be like the first of the year, and then, bitch, let's just go there, because December, you know, after 2022 literally kicked my ass at the end. And just, anybody just wondering, I feel good. I feel better. You know what I'm saying? My body is all right. You know, I feel like my regular self. I just needed those 2 days to just rest up or whatever, you know, so no aches, no pains. Your girl is back. And I was extra careful today, bitch. I was extra careful. I said, you won't get me again. Not too soon, okay? Not too soon. Let me not speak too soon. But, bitch, I was extra careful. And it was slippery outside because it was raining. Let me tell you something, bitch. It was so fucking foggy outside. I ain't never had to drive through fog the way that it was like it was tonight. I mean, from this morning to this afternoon to this evening, the whole fucking day, it was just so fucking foggy outside, so dense that you literally had to just put your lights on full blast, because bitch, you couldn't see shit. And it was kind of scaring me too. You know, I'm paranoid and I get scared of everything. I'm one of those people. I was like, oh my god. Please slow this motherfucker down because we ain't got to rush to get home. We just got to get there carefully. You know what I'm saying? I want you to get home too. But yeah, it was looking real eerie outside. But December 31st took Barbara Walters. December 21st, 31st said, bitch, I got one more for y'all asses. Took Barbara Walters. And I was just thinking about Miss Barbara because we ain't heard shit about her ever since, or a peep from her ever since she left The View. Mama left The View and went to her apartment and did nothing. I think she was sick. I think she either had Alzheimer's or dementia or something like that. Either way, she was she was just out of sight. And truth be told, when I get older, you ain't gotta know where I'm at, okay? You ain't gotta know where I'm at like that. You don't need to know my everyday life. I wonder how celebrities that get to a certain age, that's how they want to do. They just want to have their privacy. I see nothing absolutely wrong with that. But I was just hoping that she was okay. You know what I'm saying? I know she was older and everything, and you know, she did pass away at 93 years old. She lived a full life. You know, she was one of those she was a journalist, you know. She was one of the ones that was a pioneer for women journalists to come through and to storm the field of journalism the way that she did. You know, being anchor woman and then, you know, having her own show. If you didn't know, The View was her show, okay? And you know, all of the co-workers, co-hosts that have, you know, worked with her in the past, they came out, said their condolences and saying really nice things about her. You know, even, which surprised me, even Star Jones came out and said some shit. Cause I remember the last time that Star Jones was on that damn show, bitch, instead of Barbara and them announcing her leaving, she said, fuck that shit, bitch, I'm doing it ahead of schedule. I'm announced the way that I'm leaving on my turn. I said, all right, baby, that era of The View when Star Jones was on there, baby, when she was about to get married to Al Reynolds. When she was about to get married, did they actually get married? I said, Star, you need a good Judy on your team, because obviously you could not tell. I said, you up here being Terry McMillan. You up here being Terry McMillan, because listen, girl. When I saw Terry McMillan for how Stella got her groove back and I saw the dude that it really was, I said, now listen, I be the first one to say gay don't have a look, okay? But sometimes it do. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. Sometimes, like, especially if you in the community, if you are LGBTQIA, all that shit, baby, sometimes you could just tell. You could be like, really? All right. That's what you want to do? I'm going to let you handle it, and I'll wait till you come out, okay? And that's exactly what happened, you know? And I looked at what's his name? Al Reynolds. Girl, I said the same damn thing. I said, and then and you, all right. Bitch, it wasn't fooling me. But anyway, you know, Barbara Walters passed away. May she rest in peace. She used to be one of my favorite. Her and Diane Sawyer. Baby, when they did them interviews with them celebrities, girl, they was playing that clip when she sat down there with Chris Christie. And she said, I hate to say this to you because you're sitting here right in front of my face. You're overweight. Why is that? I said, oh my God. Can you imagine, bitch? I put myself in his fat ass shoes. I said, oh my God. Because the way he was sitting, you know, sometimes us big people, we sit a certain way so that it won't be so fucking pronounced that we are bigums or whatever. But he wear his shirts inside his pants and all that shit. And then, you know, he's short. So when he said, I said, oh my God, it was like he was sitting over the seat and everything. And I just said, sit the fuck back and close your jacket or take your shirt out your pants, okay? Quit bringing attention to your gut. And she said, you're overweight. I said, God damn. There's somebody sit there that I respect. I respect. Oh my God. That's somebody that I respect. Sit there and tell me, so, you fat. How did it happen? That's gonna be my reaction. Excuse me. I would have just got up. I would have struggled to get up. No, I wouldn't struggle. I would have got up. That'd be the fastest way I've ever got up. Okay? Bitch, it ain't no struggle for Ash to get up. I pop the fuck up, but I pop up quicker than I ever did. Okay, bitch? And I just walk out that bitch and I cry. I will fucking cry. Like, goddamn, you ain't have to say that shit, but she was blunt with it. And Diane Sawyer, too. So, you know, it is what it is. I hope Miss Diane Sawyer is doing good. You know, Diane Sawyer had the infamous Whitney Houston interview. I think Diane Sawyer also did my girl Angelina Jolie. That was one of my favorite interviews too. I gotta go look it up to make sure. Also, Janet Jackson. That was a clip that was rolling around when she was reading the lyrics to and I just wanna love you, touch you. She said so he said those lyrics, and Janet was sitting there like, yeah. What the fuck you want me to say? I wrote it. That shit was funny as hell. Rest in peace to Miss Barbara Walters though. And also Pope Benedict. He died at 95. What you want me to say about it? All right. Moving on from that. Also, what's been going on in the news? I don't watch football, but I just know yesterday it was just a lot that was going on Twitter last night. And I wasn't even on Twitter much last night. So once I had logged on to it, I was like, oh my God, what is this? Who is this that everybody keep on tweeting about? This Damar Hamlin. And basically it was a football game that was going on. And he's the safety on the Buffalo Bills football game. Or I should say football team. And I know somebody, I don't know if y'all still, if y'all watch her, Pretty PR Chick TV on YouTube. She from Buffalo, New York, and she is a big Buffalo Bills football fan. And so that's the only reason why I know about that's they play football, because she's a fan, bitch. But basically, I don't know which team he was playing against. I ain't trying to get all deep into that. All I know is he got hit so fucking hard that he fell, and then he got up, and then he literally sprung back up. Okay, so people thinking it's fine or whatever, but then it was like probably 2 seconds later he just collapsed. He just fell back, and I was just like, oh my God, because the clips that I was seeing, and when I logged on, I'm just seeing people crying, and you usually you don't see these big niggas and grown men out here, and I mean the coaches, players on both teams, they're just fucking balling. So I'm trying to figure out what happened, and when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. That shit hurt my heart, and I didn't even know what was going on. And then to realize that they was trying to resuscitate him and give him CPR for like 7-8 minutes, I said, oh my goodness. And I was just praying, because I don't know these people, but you see something happen like that, you don't want anything else bad to happen. You just pray for the best regardless, and that's just all that you could do. That is some scary shit, because it just reminded me of, you know, these kids that be playing these sports, and, you know, football or basketball, and at one point it was one year that it was so many incidences of, you know, these kids just passing out, like playing bad basketball, going into cardiac arrest because they had underlying genetic disorders and shit that was going on, diseases and shit, you know. And you know, come to find out, they said that he did have a cardiac arrest on the field, and I don't remember the exact term of it, but they said, you know, it was a lot of people that were doctors that was on the timeline, that was giving, you know, basically like heart doctor, cardiologists and everything, that was just basically saying what it's saying, like what happened is he got hit so hard right in the middle of when his heartbeat was trying to go to the next heartbeat. So it hit him so fucking hard that caused a disruption in the whole thing or whatever. And he just went into cardiac arrest for a second. And I don't, caused him to pass out, caused him to stop breathing. I was seeing reports saying that he had to be intubated because at one point he wasn't breathing on his own. All I can say is, so far, we got that he's still in the hospital and he is still with us. So hopefully, as the days go on, we get more update on him. Listen, bitch, and he's still here. You know what I'm saying? That's the main grateful thing, that he is still here. He's only 24 years old. 24. Let me just tell y'all this, okay? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. These contact sports, why? 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 We are not back in golden Rome, okay? The gladiator. We are not there. We are not there. Why do we have to have such hard contact sports? I can get with baseball, you know, I can get with basketball, I can even get with soccer. Okay, bitch, I used to play soccer back in the day. Hell. Ashley used to be a little active back in the day, and I'm talking about sports wise, because Ashley played soccer and basketball. Okay. Yeah, your girl did some shit back in the day. I get track, you know what I'm saying? But these contact sports like football, rugby, and, you know, wrestling and all this shit back, bitch, why? Why? Okay, these are the sports that you can truly fuck yourself up. And then for the parents that put y'all kids up in this shit, oh Lord Jesus, I just know. Mommy, I want to play. No, you don't. You want to play basketball? You go ahead and do that. You want to play baseball? You can go ahead. You can swim. That's what you should do. Go ahead and do the butterfly stroke for me, okay? And the breaststroke. Go learn that. Doggy paddle your ass down them laps and all that shit. Even though that's a little dangerous too, because it's the water and you can drown. But you'll learn. You will learn. But that contact sport, yeah, people coming up and getting concussions left and fucking right. I seen one player, he done already had to sit out another game because he had another concussion. I seen that video of Russell, I was about to call him Russell Simmons. Russell Sierra Man. And then I was about to call him Russell Crowe. What his name is? What is his name? Sierra's husband. Hold on, y'all, because it's going to be on my mind. Y'all know how I am. Sierra's... There it is. Russell Wilson, bitch. Girl, I seen that video or that footage of him when he got knocked the fuck down, and when he got up, he just looked dazed and confused. Bitch, he was not there in the face. Okay? Russell Wilson body was there, but everything else was off into outer space. We just didn't know. That shit is scary. My kid is not gonna like me. They gonna be like, bitch, stay your ass at home, cause we not finna do this, okay? Cause I'm gonna be that big. Get off of him. You know, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna come to the field and be like, you better not. You better fucking not, okay? I cuss another kid out. I'm just gonna tell y'all that. Some of y'all like, Ashley, you say that now, but once you go, no, I already know how I am, okay? I already know how I am. Yeah, I'm you know, that's if I ever had kids. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. Moving on from there, I pray for that brother. I pray for him. And hopefully he gets better really, really soon. Also, Anita Pointer from the Pointer Sisters. She passed away. 74 years old. And see, people are dying young. 43, 74. Like, that's young. Like, Anita, I don't know if she was sick or not, but, you know, she could have at least had a good 20 more years. 20 more years, okay? A good 15 to 20 more years. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, rest in peace to everybody that lost a loved one. And I hope give all your love and condolences to you guys and strength also. Shout out to my Capricorns though. I know I mentioned that my birthday coming up, but shout out to all the Capricorns that got birthdays coming up that passed and everything. Rox had a birthday, so shout out to Rox. I meant to say that. I know ooh, god damn, James Caldwell, aka Mr. Spill It Boy, and the Ghetto View got a birthday coming up. I think it's January 9th. You know, they both got birthdays on January 9th. It's the most Capricorns out there. It's a whole bunch of y'all. I did not realize that it was a whole bunch of y'all that follow me. So what's up, my Capricorn peeps? Okay, we up in this bitch. We ended the year and we start the new year. Listen, we did end it in the beginning, bitch. Fuck with it. Anyway, move on to the next story. I know I said I was gonna say shit about this because I thought it really wasn't nothing else to say, but the Megan and Jesus Christ, the Tory Lanez case just won't go away from us because, you know, after he got put in jail, and I appreciate everybody that appreciated and understood where I was coming from with my analysis of the case in the last video. Um, I try to look at it at all points of views and, give objective point of view or whatever. And I understand that people still gonna have their feelings. Somebody gonna put in the comments, Megan's still not innocent, but I accept the judgment or the verdict. And I'm like, innocent of what? What does she has to be guilty of? She didn't do anything in this case. She didn't shoot nobody. She didn't stab nobody. She didn't do nothing to nobody like that. So what are you talking about? And let's not talk about her sexual history, because all of a sudden, and see, this is what we're talking about when we say that the blogs deliberately was out here putting out false narratives and false information, and this is what you can get sued for, defamation. All these blogs put out there that, she was sleeping with Tory and Kelsey had him first, and she was sleeping with her homeboy's man and all this stuff or whatever. Come the fuck to find out, so people was painting this narrative as she was an unloyal friend because she was going behind her friend's back and taking her friend's man and all this stuff, and she a hoe for doing it. Come to fuck to find out, because this past weekend, the Kelsey's 80-minute deposition came out in full. Within that deposition that was made in September, that they played in the court now, Kelsey had a man. Kelsey was talking to somebody at that time, and it wasn't Tory. Kelsey and Tory had no sexual relationship. So she slept with who man? She slept with her friend. That's what it was. Kelsey and Tory had no fucking sexual relationship. Kelsey was talking to her own nigga, and the nigga wasn't Tory. So that whole aspect of, oh, she stole her friend man, or oh, she was sleeping with her friend man, that wasn't even the thing. So that was totally fucking wrong. And people knew that, who were actually bloggers that was in that courtroom when they played that case, that deposition, and they still chose to put it out there that she was a hoe, that she was out here sleeping and doing all this shit, taking her friend man and all that stuff, trying to paint this negative ass narrative of her to support this man. Okay. Then you got the fact that the phone call from Tory to Kelsey while he was still in jail, and Megan was in the hospital. Kelsey was real calm. Tory was asking, is Megan okay? What's going on with her? And then he went on to apologize. Now, I know some people would try to make it seem as though he was trying to apologize for putting it out there that, oh, I told her that she slept with me and all this stuff while you was trying to sleep with me. But that wasn't the case. If you listen to the phone call, he's apologizing for the shit that happened. He was like, I was too fucking drunk for his part in that whole shit. And to me, that says a lot of fucking guilt. And I know there's still gonna be some people that's gonna be like, well, he didn't say that he shot her in the phone call. So, girl, 2 + 2 = 4. Okay, then what the fuck is you apologizing for? What the fuck is you apologizing for? I mean, he was very apologetic. Like, I was just too drunk. I had 5 drinks at the door. I did this, I did that. He was dead ass wrong. We saw Kelsey's injuries because, again, as they said, that Kelsey, he threatened to shoot her first. And then Megan, he wound up shooting Megan, and they got into a fight. He abused her, and we saw the injuries and all of that shit. We heard the gunshot audio, and for the gunshot audio, when they talking about they had to switch, they took turns to take the 5 shots. There was no way, if you heard that gunshot audio, there was no way Kelsey was able to let off some shots and then give it to Tory for him to let off shots. Them shots were consistently in a row. Pop, 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 pop. Okay? Even that little short pause, it wasn't even enough to just pass the gun. We need a few more seconds, pass that gun, and cock that bitch and pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, so y'all was just up there lying y'all asses off, and y'all was just putting out this false shit this whole time. And then also, we hear the phone calls from a couple of neighbors and all of that. And when they got the gunshot audio, they got it off of somebody's Ring camera. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot of fuck shit that was being put up in the blogs to try to sway people's opinion against Megan. I feel for Megan. You know, I saw the video of her in the ambulance crying and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, she got to deal with that. Plus, she's dealing with the whole situation with the 1501. You know, the judge had sided with her recently on Wednesday, saying that when her 1501 label was trying to deny the Something for the Hotties to be less than an album, they basically sided with her, saying that it was, you know, and so it's deserving to go to trial. So she's gonna go to trial for that. They was trying not to. 1501 was trying not to, but you know, I just feel for Megan at this point, because regardless of what the verdict is, regardless of the evidence coming out, because I asked, why is all this coming out now? And it was people that deal with the court stuff, whatever. They did say that, you know, they do release the evidence to the public like that. I said, that's weird, but after the case is over with, it's like public, you can get all of that shit. And I just didn't know that that happens, but all right. But at the end of the day, I just feel for Megan at this point, because regardless of what the verdict is, people still going to have their negative opinions. People still going to say what they're going to say, whether they support, whether they don't. And I don't want her to let this get her down and make her quit doing what she was passionate about and what she grew up in this industry, or what was her dream to be an entertainer. I don't want this to deter her. If nobody wants to fucking work with her, fuck them. You don't need to work with nobody. Bitch, you got fucking Beyonce and Rock Nation because Rock Nation did it. Rock Nation is the reason. You know what I'm saying? Girl, fuck all of that shit. The real people that you need to be with will be with. Other than that, we gonna move the fuck on, okay? Chili and Matthew Lawrence together, bitch. Y'all know who Matthew Lawrence? Let me see, cause sometimes I get them confused. Is Matthew Lawrence the one that played the brother on? He used to be married to Cheryl Burke. Oh, they was only married for like 3 years. Oh, you just got divorced. Oh, nerd. All right. Did he play on Blossom, or was that Joey Lawrence? Because Blossom used to be my shit. Brotherly Love, Boy Meets World, The Hot Chick. Oh, let me get all of your stuff. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, that was Joey Lawrence. That was in not Boy Meets World, but that was in Blossom. This is Matthew. I hope I'm getting it right. I'm looking at his list. Yeah, I got it right. But yeah, girl, if y'all ain't never seen Blossom, y'all need to look at Blossom. Blossom was that beach, okay? You know, I did one of those moments where I was trying to go back and I looked at all the old sitcoms back in the day. Yeah, they still hit. And then you look at them with a fresh adult perspective, and you're like, oh my God, a lot of this shit was problematic, but I still like it. You know, so there's that. I said, now how the fuck did this come about, that Chili from TLC? How did that happen? Mind you, they told us, you know, Chili is 51 and he's 42. I don't give a damn. They adults, but I was just really like, how did those paths cross? And they made it Instagram official. You know, girl, they make it Instagram official. You mean that's a couple, bitch. Oh, we in this shit for the long haul. Or at least until a couple of years, until, you know, we decide to take it down. Bitch, I'm sitting here like, what? They spent Thanksgiving together. They spent Christmas together and everything. I said, oh, so y'all together. All right, because you know what? For a long time, I thought Chili was just gonna end up by herself, and she was just probably gonna be a cat lady or whatever. I don't want to say a spinster, but I just really thought that she was gonna end up by herself, because she was just really picky with her standards. You know what I'm saying? You going on dating shows, trying to date, trying to find you a man, don't really find a man or whatever. Truth be told, I don't trust them dating shows. Them dating shows be fake as fuck anyway. So there's that. And it was just like, we just never really heard her with anybody consistent after the breakup with her and Usher. Oh, how I wish them two would have still been together. Usher, bitch, That is like the one chink in your armor that was a fucking flaw for me, okay? Besides the fact that you got married to Tamika Foster and you fucked up the relationship between you and your mama a little bit because your mama wasn't here for her, and then come to find out your mama was right. All right, I was just like, why did you have to mess it up? Like, he cheated on her. He cheated on her. Like, they was such, when I tell you a black couple that was such a beautiful fucking couple, they was beautiful together. Like, athletic, he in shape, she in shape, she do music, he do music, she can dance her ass off, he can dance her ass off. Bitch, I was waiting for the fucking collab, okay? I ain't talking about the friendship collab. I ain't talking about the relationship collab. I'm talking about the music. Girl, I wanted them to be in videos together, like doing 1-2 step more than what he was on You Don't Have to Come. It's okay, girl, cause I'm yours tonight. Gonna begin. Let me stop. But yes, I said, Usher, you fucked up. You fucked up. Like, she fine too, girl, and she still look good to this day. Like, girl, what? I know he be kicking himself, but he got his own little situation going on. So, everybody doing good. So, congratulations, Miss Chili, you family. Chili got a man, okay? Moving on. Who else got a man? Girl, Angela and goddamn Yo Gotti. Angela Simmons and Yo fucking Gotti. I said, now, bitch, never in a day did I think that was going to happen. Never in a day did I think that was going to happen. Because I know he liked it. I know he liked her. And he kind of manifested and was like, he gonna get this girl. That's the one that he want to be with. He had a little crush on or whatever. Niggas in the industry, they always saying they got a crush on this Bodak. What that nigga name? Kodak, Bodak, whatever the fuck his name is. He want to fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? He do that all the time. But Yo Gotti been persistent as shit, which makes me a little nervous because I'm like, now you done put all this energy and effort into getting her, and she finally, you wore her down, and she finally said yes, and y'all went Instagram official. It is so crazy that these days, to say that somebody is officially with somebody, they gotta go social media official. Like, what? All right. So corny, but okay. They look cute together. And I'm about to say something that, I don't know how people may feel about it, but it's not to offend. But honestly, when it comes to Angela Simmons, I just don't, like, she's a pretty girl. It's some people that can be very, very pretty, but they lack like sex appeal. They lack like that thing that make me want to say, oh, I fuck the shit out of you type of thing. And for me, Angela Simmons does that. Am I the only one that get that? You get where I'm coming from? Like, she's pretty, like, to me, and maybe it's because I don't know her personally, but from what I've seen of her on TV, like, especially, she be on Growing Up Hip Hop and all that stuff, and, from how she turned out into an adult, because I've been looking at Angela Simmons ever since she was on Run's House, you know what I'm saying? And then her and Vanessa, I think they had their own little spinoff, and then they had pastry shoes and stuff like that. Yes, I wanted some of them back in the day, but then I said, no, girl, that's a little bit too girly for me. But, I was always wanting to support my black people back then. I was young. But, because I used to wear Fat Farm. I ain't wear baby fat, bitch, because what the fuck I look like with baby fat on? I had Fat Farm, bitch. I had Fat Farm. Then, Russell Simmons, he done came through him. Is Russell Simmons back in the States, or is he still hiding out in Indonesia, Bali, or wherever he at? Because y'all know, if you don't know, look it up, because I ain't going to tell you, but you need to look it up. Yeah. But anyway, I look at her on Growing Up Hip Hop now, and I don't know, maybe it's because, she went through what she went through in her last previous relationship where her baby's father got killed or whatever. But I don't know, her personality just seemed real dry. Like, nothing fun about her. Like, real dull, real boring. Like, so I don't know. Truth be told, she don't even look like she know how to bang. But, them be the ones that actually do. The ones that don't look like it, they be the closet freak for real. So, I don't know, but I'm rooting for them because they look so cute together, though. They look really cute together. I just want her to be careful. I just want her to be careful. And Yo Gotti, you got her, treat her the fuck right. Okay. Um, moving on from that, y'all remember what's his name? Malachi Love Robinson, aka Dr. Love, the teen doctor. Remember when he was setting up shop and he was, diagnosing patients and having a whole medical office and all that shit at 18, 19 years old, and he ain't even had no medical fucking degree. Then he got caught up with that. I think he went to jail for that. He came out, did some other shit. I don't know if he went back to jail, but I know he went back to court. This motherfucker cannot stay out of trouble for shit, okay? Fraud is in his game. You know what I'm saying? That is his name. Fuck a Dr. Love. His name should be Dr. Fraud. Okay? That's what it is. He is back in the news because he just got sentenced to 2 more years in jail because he pleaded guilty. He is a grifter. They said he a serial grifter who gained national infamy as a teenager when he impersonated a doctor to defraud a patient. He heading back to prison after pleading guilty to stealing more than $10,000 from his employer. I said, what? He 25 years old now. Down and up in Florida doing all these scheming and scamming and shit, And it is what it is. 2 years and 4 months. You about to go to jail for $10,000. $10,000, sir. Keep his ass in jail because he ain't gonna never learn. He is one of those people that, you think, okay, this gonna be the time, this gonna be the time. It never gonna be a time for him. He's just gonna keep going in and out, in and out. And at this point, he done messed himself up so bad, ain't nobody gonna trust him to work for him, work for them or whatever, even if he try to go legit, So, yeah, he gotta find something to do. Meanwhile, let's get into Bad Bunny. I don't talk about Bad Bunny like that on this channel, but I've been meaning to say something about this because Bad Bunny, he's a Puerto Rican artist, and I've always wanted to visit Puerto Rico. I'm gonna visit that before. That is on my bucket list. But I remember when he first came out, I was like, "Ooh, who is him?" Because I'm into the reggaeton. I'm into a lot of music, different type of genres of music, or whatever. And I do like a lot of, Latin music, Latin infused music, reggaeton, all that stuff. I do like that. It's what it is. I take a chance on everything. If it sounds good to me, it sounds good to me. One of the ones that I've been listening to, I love Anitta. Okay, I don't know what she is. What is she? Is she Brazilian? I just know she be having her ass out and she be doing the damn thing. And yeah, she's Brazilian. She's Brazilian. Maybe that's what caught me is because she had her ass out, but I still like the music too. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Sex appeal work. I guess sex sells. Hey, it is what it is. But she's a good artist. I do like her. And she's a good performer too. So Bad Bunny came across the radar a few years ago. And I just did not realize that he was going to blow up into the mega super quadruple star that he is now. Because bitch, he just went on tour. And that motherfucker was, I said, has he been out long enough to be having stadium tours? And I mean huge fucking stadium tours that sold the fuck out everywhere. Like I'm pretty sure he's like the #1 touring artist for the last year or so. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I saw a video of his shows, they were packed to the max and they were stadiums. Not arenas, not clubs, stadiums. And I'm just like, wow. He's like the Puerto Rican Michael Jackson at this point. And or the Latin Michael Jackson at this point. I'm gonna just put it like that. Because who the fuck else is selling out shows like that? I said, wow, maybe I'm late to the train. And he just came over here to the U.S. our radar like a few years ago, like a couple of years ago or so. Because maybe he been out for a minute. I just did not know. I just did not know. I want to go to a show now. And I do like him. He's an actor as well. The last thing that I seen him in was Bullet Train. Bitch, that shit was, if you ain't seen Bullet Train, they put it on Netflix. That shit is funny, okay? And he did a good job in that. He did a good job in that. He was in some other stuff as well, so he acting, he's a He's a singer, rapper, whatever you want to call it. He's an entertainer. He's an all-around entertainer, okay? And the issue is, you know, because of that, he's very popular, you know, and now he's in the news because he was down there in a Dominican Republic, and some girl was trying to take a picture with him, right? Imagine you're walking down the street with your entourage and everybody else, and then this random girl come up there to him, and it wasn't no, I didn't see the beginning of the video. From what I saw, she was linked all up on him while they walking, trying to get the picture of them together like this, you know, all like that. And then he took the phone and he threw that bitch and kept on walking. I said, really? Really? That's what we doing? He said, hell the fuck yeah. Do you think he came out after the backlash saying, like, damn, bitch, you ain't have to throw her phone like that? He said, fuck that. I'm finna get that bitch an apology? Hell no. Because you want to know what it is? I'm all here for my fans coming up to me and be like, hey, bad buddy, how you doing? Or saying, can I get your autograph? Can I take a picture? I oblige them. I do that. But when you get into my motherfucking personal space without my consent, okay, without me saying, yes, come over here, you know, because what it did look like, she was all up on him, and you could tell that, you know, he didn't tell her to come over there. It was one of those, oh my God, I see him, and I just hurry up and try to get a picture. It was one of those type of situations, so I can understand being annoyed by that, but I feel like he went a little bit too far. You could have expressed that and said, Miss Lady, no, because you're in my personal space. I did not invite you in my personal space right now. You didn't even give me the opportunity to let you come into my personal space. You just jumped into that bitch. And I would just been like, you know what? You're going to have to shoot, fly, go along. And if she would have went on ahead and took that picture, I would just let it go. But I probably would have cussed her out, or would have been like, you know, don't do that shit. I would not take her property, okay? Because these fans these days, people these days looking for any type of opportunity to sue, okay? And no matter what your intentions are, no matter what your excuse is, it's never going to look good, okay? Regardless of the fact that that bitch was in your face, all right, when you was just trying to get to the hotel or wherever you was trying to go, yeah, it's just not a good look. It's not a good look when people take the property of the fans and throw it in, you know, and then have no remorse about it. I said I could respect it because he said, bitch, you ain't finna get me to get up here and apologize for some shit that I ain't sorry for. Okay, you wanted that phone. You should have asked to take the picture instead of coming up in here and getting all up in my space. I said, well, you also an entertainer. You are a megastar at this point, and this comes with the territory. Michael Jackson do shit like that. Michael Jackson, you know, he kept it moving and he did sign some shit when he could, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't never seen him throwing nobody shit like that. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. People are different. You know who else is different? Lakeith Stanfield. Baby, all of a sudden, you know, it's just a lot of drama surrounding him because apparently he had a whole secret baby that we didn't know about. And this lady, I think she was an art, what is it? What type of artist is she? Her name is Latoya Hurd. She posted that, you know, she tired of playing like the secret family to a nigga that ain't doing shit for the baby. Okay, they have a spanking new baby and he basically ain't been there that much. And she did post a couple of videos and she said that's the only videos that I have of him with the baby. That's it. You know, mind you, she posted this shit the day after he proposed to his fiance. Okay, she said, listen, I know some people may feel some type of way and think that I'm bitter. I ain't never bitter over him proposing to somebody that he just met 4 months ago. I said, oh, I mean, you ain't have to put it like that because that do sound a little bitter, but I get where you coming from because truth be told, it's kind of like I ain't sweating somebody that he probably gonna be done with or they not even gonna fucking last that long. That's what it came off like that to me. But at the same time, I do be like, why y'all putting us in the business? But then I realized that sometimes when these celebrities or these people put this shit out there, it's because they trying to get people attention that they can't get their attention of. And most of the time, like in this situation, I'm pretty sure she was trying to get his attention, was trying to get in contact with him and be a father to your child, but instead you're trying to neglect and be a deadbeat dad. Oh my God, he's giving Lucky Day tease, okay? And y'all don't know about Lucky Day. Baby, when I found out Lucky Day had a 12-year-old daughter that he wasn't doing shit for, okay, I said, oh my God. And then when I found out Lucky Day just as old as me, I said, bitch, I don't know why I thought he was in his 20s. Lucky Day probably older than me. I don't know. Is he 37 years old? He's in his mid-30s. I said, oh, he look good for his age or whatever. But damn, nigga, go take care of your daughter. Okay? It's just been a rash of deadbeat daddies that's been going on. And then they celebrated New Year's. They celebrated New Year's. He posted a picture of them together and he was like, Happy New Year. Okay? I said, you know what? Take care of your kid. Take care of your kid. Kel Mitchell, his daughter came out and basically was like, you know what, for like 10 plus years or whatever, he really hasn't been a part of her life, really wasn't involved. He did the bare minimum of, paying for tuition for high school, paying for, getting her a car and all that stuff. But then it's like, I just said, don't do nothing else, because these kids really just want the physical person. And that's what we're talking about. You got people like Akon that, don't give a damn about how many kids he have or whatever, because as long as you can financially support them, that's it. No, that's not it. That's not it. And people keep on acting like these kids don't need anything else from you but the financial support. Yeah, they need that because they need the clothes on their backs. They need the food in their bellies. They need the roof over their head and all that shit. But what they also need to help them develop and to get through life and to help mold them into the human being that they need to be, into the adult that they need to be, they need that to know that they have the love of both their parents. They need their father in their lives. They need their mothers in their lives, okay? And, to be absent like that on purpose, for what? For what? It's just, if you didn't want to be a full-time daddy, if you didn't feel like you was going to be able to do all of that, don't have the kids, okay? Don't have the kids. Don't have slip-ups. Put the fucking condom on, okay? That's what you need to do. And I know it's easier said than done, but damn, bitch. And then shit happens, but you still got to step up to your fucking responsibilities, Don't continue the cycle of having these fatherless kids or motherless kids out here because you want to just be out here, neglecting them to do whatever else and thinking I can just throw money at them like they just a situation and not kids that you help bore. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. And then his ex-wife been calling his ass out. She got a whole TikTok about him. Her whole TikTok is called Kel Mitchell's ex-wife. I will never forget seeing them on Black Love. I said, oh, I think it was the last season, the very last season of Black Love that used to come on. Kel and his current wife, they were on there. And I said, bitch, y'all are sitting on here talking about the way that y'all met when your ex-wife is calling your ass out. And I think they finna go to court. She's suing him for over $3 million. She's suing him for over $3 million. I said, child, Kel, get your shit together. These niggas gotta get their shit together. Anyway, congratulations to Summer Walker's. Summer Walker had twins, bitch. She said she had twins naturally and it was 42 weeks. She carried them bitches to term. And if you had twins, sometimes, most of the times, you don't hear too often about twins being carried to the actual, full term of, 40 weeks. Girl, she said 42, bitch. And one of them was breech, but she didn't have a C-section. She said she's not, it was just her decision. She's not telling people that they shouldn't get one or whatever. She's just saying that was the right decision for her. Which, hey, if you ain't got to go through all of that shit, do what you got to do. And she said she gave birth to them motherfuckers vaginally. I don't know why I say motherfuckers. That's just how I curse. I'm sorry. I got to clean my mouth up. But yeah. I said, looking back at her latest pictures when she was pregnant, I was looking like, are we sure that it's just one baby? Because that stomach was big as shit, okay? And she looked hella uncomfortable. I know she is so glad to get them babies out and she can breathe again. Toni Braxton, okay? That's all. That is all. And then to vaginally give birth to both of them bitches, both of those kids, okay? I know somebody gonna be like, why do you keep on? Shut up. It's just a slip of the tongue. I curse too much. Just deal with it, okay? I'm not talking about the kids. Um, and then gotta push out the placentas. Okay, girl. Ooh, my goodness. More power to all you women that be out here willingly having kids. Cause it ain't never gonna be me. Girl, I'm getting in a relationship with somebody that wanna have kids. If I decide to have kids, baby, you gonna carry that seed. Cause Ashley ain't finna do that shit, okay? But congratulations to mama, you know. Master P and Romeo, they done made up. They had to both put out posts, Master P saying he taking accountability and Romeo saying he'll forgive and all that shit. And at the end of the day, I don't know why when I saw those posts, I was just like, it's giving at this point. Now, see, I was with y'all and y'all drama that we truly didn't need to know about. And Romeo, I was on your side because regardless of how old you get, you still should be able to address your traumas that you've experienced with your family, with your parent or whatever, and they should be mature enough to hear you out as an adult now and not make it seem like they was trying to make it seem like it was all about the money. It really wasn't all about the money, okay? It was just taking accountability for the fact that you were not the best parent that you could have been in his eyes. You did not handle certain things the way that you could have did in his eyes. That's just his experience with you. But now that y'all got to put out there that y'all made up and everything, it's giving like, what y'all got coming out? I know growing up hip hop is coming out, but it's just giving publicity stunt right now. I don't know. I'm glad they made up. Truth be told, we didn't even need to know that they was going through this shit. But I get it. He had to get his daddy attention. Like he said, he do shit on social media all the time. That's the only way he could reach him because he tried to text him and all that shit. But I guess they wanted us to know. Now, please remove us from the chat. Okay, remove us from the chat. What else is going on? Girl, Steven Tyler. I don't know if y'all listen to Aerosmith, but I do. I know Steven Tyler. I like his daughter, who's an actress named Liv Tyler. He couldn't deny that girl, even if he tried. They got the same exact mouth, facial feature, and everything. And he's being accused of sexual assault and sexual battery and intentional infliction of emotional distress of a minor in a new lawsuit. Okay, I'm just going to read what it says, all right? The suit claims that the singer forced this minor to also get abortion. The plaintiff, Julia Holcomb, alleged in court documents obtained by Rolling Stone that she began a sexual relationship with Aerosmith frontman Steven Tyler in 1973, shortly after her 16th birthday. He was 25 at the time. Despite not naming Tyler in the lawsuit and calling defendants defendant Doe 1 and Doe's 2, Julia, who is 50 years old, spoken out publicly about her alleged relationship with him in the past. In her suit, she claims that she met the musician at one of his concerts in Portland, where she lived, and that he took her back to her his hotel room after the show. She claimed that she told him her age and about her troubled home life before he performed various acts of criminal sexual conduct against her or upon her. She claims he sent her back home in a taxi the next morning and then claimed that the rocker flew her back out the next Aerosmith show that they had out there in Seattle, after which, he did some more sex shit with her, flew her back to Portland the next day. Then in 1974, she claimed that Tyler convinced her mama to allow him to become her legal guardian. Right. I'm not laughing at what she claimed. I just, because I've heard of this recently about adults being adopted by other adults as well. And that's what came into my mind. But also, how the hell you gonna go to somebody's parents and ask to be her legal guard? Girl, what? Anyway, he tried to convince her to allow him to become her legal guardian by alleging that he was going to promise to make sure that she was taken care of and enrolled in school. But he did not meaningfully follow through on any of these promises and instead continued to travel with him and assault and provide alcohol and drugs to her. In 1975, she was 17 years old. What? So first of all, I thought you just turned 16 in 1973. And so in 1975, you turned 17? Oh, girl, what? Uh, Somebody got their dates wrong. She alleged that she became pregnant with his child, with his son, and he said, girl, take it to the chop shop, okay? And after that, that's when she left him, when she had the abortion and went back to Portland, and she became a devout Catholic. Let me just tell you something. On the one hand, it sounded like you willingly, granted she underage because she was 16, 15 years old, but it was giving like some R. Kelly type shit because some of them girls, they willingly went with him or whatever because she kept on seeing him or whatever. But at the same time, even if she wants to continue to see him, she is a child because she's underage, and yet you are still obliging her and you are still flying her out and doing all this stuff or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, you know how old she is and you doing this stuff. Listen, I am not surprised by this, okay? And I don't know what she's trying to get out of this because it was such a long time ago. But at the same time, from what I'm hearing, it's like you was complacent into it too. And I don't want to sound victim blaming or whatever, but that's what the defense gonna say. That's what his people gonna say. If this is true, that's what it's gonna say. You know, well, she ain't have to come with me or whatever. She decided. But see, you also the adult in the situation. You ain't have to reach out to her. You kept reaching out to her. And she done already told you that she had a troubled past and a troubled life at home. So of course she looking at you for refuge. So of course she gonna go with you. It's all fucking dumb. At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure it's a whole lot of other rock stars and people like that back in his time when them rock groups was out. You cannot tell me that all them groups was squeaky clean. Hell the fuck no. Them motherfuckers, bitch. You can't tell me. As much of the drugs and shit that they was doing, drugs and alcohol back then, baby. I'm surprised there ain't more people that coming out against them. I'm talking about all these rock bands putting all that shit down there because it was a different time period and people was a lot more crazier than they are now, okay? And I'm just surprised, you know. And speaking of, I did look at that Surviving R. Kelly shit, part 1. I looked at it at work today because I was bored and had nothing to do. And it's basically talking about the trial, going through the trial that just happened. All I'm going to say about that, because everything that I said previously, I still hold by, I still stand by. R. Kelly is a sick man. I'm surprised that motherfucker did not go broke quicker than he did, because I did not realize that he really could not read. He really could not read and do math and shit like that. And I'm like, oh my God, so you went through your whole fucking career not really knowing what the contracts and stuff was saying, and yet you still had enough. That's why he had so many motherfucking people around him taking care of all the bullshit that he was doing, because the motherfucker was dumb. And this is the person that you going out and y'all going up for so bad. I'm going to be honest with y'all. R. Kelly ain't even that good of a singer to me, and I've always felt that way. No fucking lie. He made some good songs. I'm not going to take that away from that man and his artistry. But singer, he's not in my top 10. He's not even in my top 20. Okay? You know, and what really disgusts me is when shit like this happens. They were showing like the people that was outside, the fans or whatever, and these are old women. Like, and when I say older women, I mean like women in their 40s and 50s and shit, and dudes or whatever. He innocent, all that stuff. Whoa, 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 free him, and they lying, and they this and they that. And I'm sitting here like, you's a old bitch doing this over. And I'm sorry to say it like that because I know that sounds very ageist or whatever, but at the end of the day, you too old to be going through and acting like a fucking groupie over a man that wouldn't even fuck you at this moment because you out of his age range. I don't get it. And I just don't get the stand mentality. With all the shit that's been happening lately, I just don't get it. I do not get protecting people, regardless of if you were a fan of them or whatever, when they do stuff that's indefensible and the evidence and the proof is right there. The evidence and the proof is right there. And I guarantee you, the majority of those women that were out there trying to, you know, be like, oh, free him and he the best, he this or whatever, and he ain't do nothing and all that stuff, they lying and all that. That's because they also went through certain type of abuse when they were younger in their own household and did it by the hands probably of a family member that they still protect until this day. Because you know that's what goes on, you know. And I'm just like, oh my God. Y'all look so fucking stupid. Ain't no way in hell. Beyonce, bitch. Y'all know I love that hotel. That's my fave, okay? That is my fave. Let it come out that she done did some fucked up, indefensible, problematic, disgusting ass shit. Girl, you ain't gonna hear me sitting here talking about something. Hell no, she ain't do it, she ain't do it, she ain't do it. Free her, let her go, all that shit. Ashley gonna be quiet as a church mouse and be like, I'm looking at what I see. I hate to say this, but do what you gotta do, court. If you gotta put the bitch in jail, put the bitch in jail, because that's just indefensible. It's right there in the face. I'm not finna be living in a life of delusion. I probably still listen to the music, just like y'all still listen to R. Kelly too. But I'm not finna be out here attacking people, cyberbullying people, you know, attacking the witnesses and all this stuff. The motherfuckers had to move. They had to move, the victims and everything, because they didn't found their address. So, yeah, too much goddamn time on my hand. Anyway, he ain't getting out of jail no time soon, so what the fuck you gonna do? And then you doing all this for what? He don't even fucking know you. And what? You not finna get nothing from it. You not finna get nothing from it. Ooh, I spent the day out here, and then you gotta go back home and work to put food on your table and make sure your light's still on. Cause he damn sure ain't finna give you no money for standing out there doing that shit. Cause he ain't getting it. So what's the point? You dumb. You dumb. Still don't even know your fucking name. Ugh. I don't get the stand mentality. I really don't. To a certain extent, I don't. Where the fuck am I at? Angela Bassett's son, Slater. Girl, Angela Bassett, you said you're gonna get a job, okay? You're gonna get a job. Slater, bring your ass here. I said, oh, wow, okay. So Angela Bassett's 16-year-old son. Now, baby, let me tell you when I saw it. First of all, this is what's going on. There's a trend on TikTok that, you know, we've seen a lot of people doing. And it was basically these people telling their grown parents that the people that they look up to, admire, whatever, they passed away. A celebrity passed away that they admire, idolized, or whatever at a certain age, but they really didn't. You know what I'm saying? Just to get their reaction. It's a prank. And from what I was seeing, it was just a lot of white people that was doing this. I'm not even gonna lie. From the ones that I saw, it was just a lot of white people doing it. And he was the first black one that I saw. Okay. Now see, before this shit came to the Twitter and got real big, I saw it firsthand on TikTok when he posted the shit, because it popped up on my For You page, right? And he basically was like, you know, yo, mom, oh my God, they said not Chadwick, they said Michael B. Jordan passed away, 35 years old. And I was just like, and you can see instantly, she was like, no, You can see the panic in her, you can see the concern, you can see the fear, all of that in them few seconds that she had her reaction or whatever. And then he puts the caption, my mama was so sad after this, you know. And I said, you know that she was sad after you did this shit, but you still decided to post it. For what? For fucking what? I said, you know what? These kids these days are just ridiculous, okay? Everything just for internet, to go viral, to be a part of stuff. And it was just making me mad when I seen it posted on Twitter before, and it got posted on Twitter and then it got shared so many times on Twitter. That's when we saw it had been TMZ, right? TMZ did an article on it, and then he came out and he did a video, like an apology video about it, because he got so much backlash. Baby, I don't know if Angela and Courtney cussed his ass out and then whooped his ass, or just gave him a really good cussing out, because he looked like he was crying before that video that he posted, the apology video. Either fucking way, it was deserved, because It made me mad when I was looking at some of the comments on some of the videos, some of the different people who posted the video, and people were saying, oh, y'all so sensitive, y'all so sensitive. And it's like, it's not about being sensitive in this case. It is about the fact that you're wishing death on somebody, for one. I don't care what nobody says. That's wishing death on somebody. And then for two, in this case, you're talking... You play a prank on your mother, who works with Michael B. Jordan, probably considers him like a son to her, who also literally just lost another close friend of hers who was in that whole friend circle that they had, that includes Michael B. Jordan, Chadwick Boseman. They're still dealing with the death and the passing of him, and I'm pretty sure they're all still grieving that regardless of how many years it's been. And you gonna use Michael B. Jordan as a... Kids don't think. Kids don't think. And kids just want to be a part of every goddamn thing. I just... Please, please, please tell your kids everything is not for the fucking internet. All right? This peer pressuring, and I don't even know if it was peer pressure. I think he just wanted to do it just to do it. Like, that's just wrong as shit. You know we don't play around with death like that. Don't do that. And he got whatever else he deserved, okay? But moving on from that. Girl, what the fuck? Rest in peace to soccer player Pele. He passed away. I think he had cancer. But he was like 82 years old. They say he was one of the greatest soccer players in the world. I don't know too much about him. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I just know he won a whole bunch of shit. And he broke a whole bunch of records that people still trying to break these to this day. And that's what I learned from looking up on some information on him today. When I was going to do the story, I just mentioned him, give him an honorable mention. Because it was so crazy, because I just seen something that was saying that... I think he was in hospice, or that the treatment or whatever for his cancer just wasn't working, and they was working on something, and then right after that, like a couple of days later, they said he passed away. I said, oh wow, you know, fuck cancer. That's all I can say on that. And condolences. Okay, the world lost a real one. Also, every death, I'm sorry to say it like this, but it seems like every death that happens, Nick Cannon gonna repopulate the earth. Nick Cannon gonna repopulate the earth. He just had his 12th baby. Second baby with his with Alyssa Scott, okay? But his 12th baby all together. Girl, these broken homes. That's all I can say. These broken homes. But anyway, anything else? Let me look up on see if something else popped up that I want to talk about right quick. Cause y'all know me, I gotta give y'all some shit. Give y'all some full ass video. Ooh. But yeah, that's it, y'all. I'ma let y'all go. I'ma let y'all have it. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week, okay? I hope y'all stay dry, because bitch, it's been rainy out here. It's been real wet out here for the past week, and I just don't understand what's going on. It literally feels like fall or the beginning of spring, and it's raining like it's beginning of spring. Like, bitch, did we fast forward to April? I'm confused, okay? But yeah, y'all tell me how y'all feel. I hope everything goes well with y'all for the rest of this week. Have some fun, be safe with it, and I will see you guys later tomorrow or later today. I'll see y'all later. Peace.